Welcome again to welcome again to New York by Night. Wherever you are, wherever you happen to be, wherever time you happen to be, whatever side of this fantastic globe that we currently are spinning on off towards oblivion, welcome again. The scene is set within Frank Green's own Jeep. They have currently, and I say they, I see a Limey, the Harpy Bruja neonate, and Frank Green himself, Sheriff Gangrel of New York, are currently driving down the main thoroughfares of Manhattan before coming to the Brooklyn Bridge. They have just come from their own investigation into the second strange murder that has occurred, what is currently being called the wind chime murder. Unbeknownst to them, a sneaky Nosferatu, the Prince of New York, has actually found his way into the back seat. We begin with Frank Green not making much. He's not projecting any one emotion. He seems quite stone-faced at all of this because even though he keeps ringing one particular number of his own childe, he gets no response back. And we begin the scene.
Limey cracks a window in the Jeep and lights a cigarette. You see, sort of, when he looks down at the burning ember, sort of in the dim light of the car, sort of stares from it and kind of glances across at Green, trying to read his, the state of his emotions at the moment. So I'm going to make a quick perception empathy to try and find the dominant emotion.
Yep.
Yep, 3 successes.
He's gripping the steering wheel very, very tightly. And every so often you can see that underneath his sunglasses he's actually looking at the cell phone, that lit blue LED screen showing no answer again and again. And every time it goes ahead and pings that no answer, he goes ahead and grips the steering wheel just a tiny bit tighter.
Right, man. But, just give it a little while. You keep calling, I'm just going to keep worrying, so.
I ignored it.
You ignored what?
3 eggs.
Yeah.
One glowing red.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. So did I. Three eggs. One glowing red eye turns to ash. There's still another 2 eggs. Ring.
You, he, he's going ahead and he's looking at you. He's actually turning his head completely away from the road as you say this. And he simply says, "That's my fucking brood." And you can see that the Jeep is actually starting to swerve onto the other side of the road before a quick hand goes ahead and steers it back. There is the honk of a horn of a truck that he almost crashed into, and random cursing throughout the window that you can hear through it. Turns back around.
Yeah, let's try and get wherever we're going in one piece here. Look, I know she's your brood, and I'm sorry this has happened. But now, it's not time, Frank, for us to lose our heads.
When is the right time? When is the right time to just say fuck it and go drive off a goddamn cliff? Drive off a damn cliff. go into the fucking sea, never ever come back. Because I guarantee you, it's about the net fucking sum. Nothing changes. Whether I go ahead and disappear or I stay here. There is nothing for me here, and there is no one for me to stay for.
Okay, Limey goes ahead and rolls presence 1.
Good old presents.
Okay, Limey gets 1, 2, 3, 4 successes on a presence 1 roll.
Yep, you currently have a mod. What are you saying? What are you doing?
Turns around and he says, "Listen, Frank. I know this ain't good. I do. I know it is. But last night, you were. I mean, I had a very similar sentiment. When's it the right time to say fuck it? When's it the right time to leave? And you talked me out of it. You said that sure we might have to hunker down right now, but eventually there will come a time where we're not hiding behind our walls and we can, we can really start living again."
He makes as if to grab you, but he doesn't necessarily go all the way through with the action. His natural instinct is to go ahead and grab you and shout to you, but all he really does is touch you by the shoulder and simply says, "You don't have a choice but to live in walls. I do. I can go wherever the fuck I want."
Well, Mr. Green, it's never quite that simple. I'm a Bruiser. As far as the clans of the Camarilla go, I am from the kings of doing what the fuck we like. But you're right, you could leave at any time. You could. But given the current situation, and I hate to break it down to such cold logic, but if you were to leave the city, then how would you ever find your child?
What makes you think she isn't already gone and dead? What makes you think I could do fucking anything? What makes you think that my entire stint here, my entire fucking year in New York, wasn't for crap?
Because, Frank, we thought you were dead once, and we managed to get you back. That's why. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit about, if you believe it, you can do it, and all that sunshine and rainbows count. But what I am going to tell you is that your kid's pretty tough. And if there's any way she could have survived, she will have done. Besides, well, they are connected to this little investigation we're currently on. And there were, what was it? 2 more symphonies before the grand finale. I genuinely believe, Frank, that we still have time. And I'm
Frank
not exactly
Green,
the most optimistic of kindred, you mean.
Frank Green goes ahead, brings his hand to the glove department, goes ahead and shuffles around, just by tint of touch, and you actually see his eyes glow that protean red as he goes ahead and sneaks a look towards the road and then towards the hamper, and he starts to pick up a few different cards, and he places it into his pocket and simply says, "Do you have any connection, any whatsoever, to the orchestras in this fucking city?"
The orchestras, no, not personally. I have a couple of friends. I've got a pal who's pretty big in the music industry, and I've got some high society connections.
It's called Groove Interfucking-tainment. I took it over a few months ago when Marquez was long staked and buried in whatever fucking Camarilla Tower there happens to be within Wall Street, within Ventru Tower itself. But I went ahead and took it for myself. It was a shade of its former glory, but I do have influence in the arts and medias. I don't know why I do, but I do.
Right, Mr. Green, what exactly are we looking for in this area?
You mentioned a tune. If you mentioned a tune, we can go ahead and see if there's any showing of such a fucking tune.
Okay, fine. Alright. I put my mind to it. You gonna try and get this one straight, huh?
Still don't know why she's not answering her phone. Why am I panicking? Why am I going to the worst case scenario? Why didn't I pay more fucking attention?
Green, I'm not being funny, bruv. You can't beat yourself up. You can't.
He goes ahead and screams at you, then who can I? Who is responsible? Who is at fault? As you see Frank Green's hands goes ahead and leaves the wheel entirely and starts to swerve off into the next lane where he actually has to go ahead and with supernatural speed grabs the steering wheel again and forces it back on the right side of the road. Thank goodness there wasn't another person on the other side.
Yeah. Limey kind of starts to get a little bit nervous. You notice if you're looking, he'll start to twist a gold ring on his right finger, in like an apprehensive tick almost, and sort of says, "Look, it's not definite yet. All I know is that she sent me a cryptic text and then she went dark. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that everything's gonna be okay because, to be honest, Frank, I think Elena might be in quite a lot of trouble."
Show me. Show me the text.
I sent you it. I remember.
He goes ahead and looks through. You did. I was busy. Fuck. Fuck.
And he sort of pulls out his phone and starts scrolling and he says, yeah, there's lights aren't on, my birds aren't coming back, so maybe someone's home.
He goes ahead and takes the phone from his steering column, goes ahead and searches back. That was yesterday.
We still have time, Frank.
Goes ahead, stops the car. Actually goes ahead and puts his foot directly onto the pedal and presses that brake as hard as possible. Shink. It wasn't related to the murders, so I ignored it. You find yourself actually somewhere within Queens, actually. The Queens-Brooklyn border, actually on the other side of this particular borough from Manhattan. And actually, in front of you is a very, very interesting scene. You seem to have found yourself parked right outside JFK, as well as parked in a very, very interesting intersection to see the airport far, far away, the planes coming and going. But you also see a very, very dark patch of land to your right, that being of Jamaica Bay.
Why are we stopping there?
Why did she go there?
How did you know that?
Why was she casing the place? Why was she sending birds?
She was casing the place since before you were taken, from what I understand.
You don't send a month-old fledgling to stake out a fucking spot stronghold.
Okay, Limey kind of says, "Let's step out of the car, Frank."
One moment. This will be the interesting roll for the night.
Limey sort of goes to grab the handle and sort of opens the door a little.
No successes. That might even be a botch.
Shit, that's a fucking botch.
Justin, would you like to describe the actions that currently are unfolding?
Okay. I'm sorry, what was the roll for? Was that just self-control?
Yep, self-control.
Okay. In which case, you can just see, and he just looks at you with these. You've seen how stressed he's been, nearly shaking this entire trip. He's been completely trying to distract himself. He's been making phone calls. He's been driving. He's been swerving. He's been running the red lights and avoiding oncoming traffic. He's been almost jittery, like someone who's drunk 120 cups of coffee. And then suddenly, Limey, he stops shaking and he just looks at you.
I assume Limey recognizes the moment before
As
somebody...
an expert on the subject, yeah.
Limey kind of stares at Frank, and he sort of says, "Frank? Oh, that's not good at all." He's already opened the door, and I spend a point of blood on celerity as Limey kind of switches the door open and quickly just steps as far away from the car as possible.
Okay. Frank Green will go ahead and you see his protein claws sprout out. That'll be his first action.
I'm going to completely do something absolutely horrible to Green, and potentially to Limey at the same time, just because you're in the middle of the beast, you're not thinking right, and I think this will be fun for roleplay. Let's obfuscate him as Alina.
What?
Oh my god. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
Fucking crazy.
Oh, exactly.
The beast does not understand. The beast is in the throes of frenzy. The man recognizes Elena, but the man Frank Green is trapped beneath the raging beast. You see the frickin' protein claws sprout.
One round for your protein claws.
Yep, 1 round for the protein claws. But, celerity actions. I got 2 of them. Been in the blood for it.
If you've already spent protein claws, surely I get a turn to move away.
Celerity does not count for your generational maximum.
I believe it's how many? I think we all have celerity in this car, so this might go a bit quickly.
Yeah. This is what Frank Green's gonna do for his first action. I can go ahead and give you leaving the car and using a celerity action to do a full run, but Green's gonna do much the same thing, but he's not gonna bother with opening the car. No, he's just gonna go ahead and take the car door, go ahead and rip into the hinges with his protean claws, and just gonna bring it to the fucking ground before you, hitting the pavement, hitting the concrete, and he's gonna spin his action to get right up next to you.
I believe initiatives are in order.
Actually, I'm not. I hate to split hairs, but I really don't want my character to die.
I got your back.
That's one. Hear me out. Look, it's one round. You rip the door off. That's the second round. That's one celerity action left if you have two, right?
Yes.
You wouldn't be able to get up next to me. I've got two celerity plus my regular action. I'm a good 5 paces ahead of you if my rules are right.
Either way, let's get the celerity
Because I'm just
initiatives over, because it does matter the order of which this is happening.
Okay, fair enough.
Roll a d10, add your dex and your wits.
Okay.
Oh.
4, 5, 6, 7.
What's my whiff? My whiff is not that good. My dex is better.
Okay, right. So 27.
I think you're going first.
27?
Not 27. Sorry, 17. Sorry, yeah, 17.
You beat me.
I'm on 20.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'm gonna since we're running in celerity action, so you already have your kind of statements of Limey getting the fuck out of there and going for a run.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to bounce in on that one, since I can kind of put myself where I want. What is your... I just need to check the specifics. What is your perception and alertness? Sorry, not perception and alertness. I roll against... your wits and alertness, please.
Oh, you're looking at 4 over here.
4. Okay. Thank you.
Fuck.
Never mind that. Goddamn ones. Okay.
How many dice are you rolling?
It's obfuscation. I'm good at this, but yeah, unfortunately, I rolled quite a lot of ones there. But you're hazy and indistinct, and all rolls against you are +2 difficulty.
Awesome.
Wait, why?
Because I just threw an extra bit of obfuscation for you. Because I'm mentally fucking with Green at the moment. And the idea is he's gone berserk, I've transformed you in Alina, and I've just had you run out the car through no manipulations of my own and transformed into a hazy ghost-like creature as you run away and almost blend into your surroundings.
Oh, I see it. That was on me. I thought it was on Green.
Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
I was like, why?
As soon as these celerity actions are done, I'm going to make another self-control check, because the beast at the moment, total rage. But maybe the man can bring it back.
It's Elena.
Well, we're on to the next round, which I believe was Limey carries on running, I believe is what you stated.
Yep.
I'm going to take my 2 actions, then turn around. The 2 celerity actions, then turn around.
Mm-hmm.
That was the plan.
Yeah, Green gets through the door of the car to get to you, but you're kind of hazy and distinct, and I'm going to switch over to right shotgun and attract Green's attention to myself and then dominate the fuck out of him.
in the beast. I have a target right in front of me.
I know, that makes it a bit tricky, so I'll go for another round of attempting to make him disappear. Da, 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 da. That's a lot better. Limey, you are invisible.
Nice.
Could you make a willpower check for me, Green?
Yep. What's my willpower?
It's only
Willpower 6.
difficulty 5.
Alright, fair enough.
If you fail, stun for 2 turns.
I almost failed.
Almost.
I got a single success.
Yeah, that was actually a close one. But narratively, too, where you and the beast, you're talking to Limey, then you lose control, and you know you lost control. And I don't know what animal features she gave, but then suddenly Limey is Alina, and then suddenly Alina is running out, and Alina's a ghost, and then suddenly she's gone.
Let me roll to get out of frenzy. I'm going to spend a willpower on this. Oh, okay, for one round, Frank Green is able to reassert control over the beast, but he'll have to make these kind of checks over and over again until he gets an amount of successes. He looks at where he thinks the Elena ghost is. He looks at his claws. I killed. I killed her.
Wait. Whose round is this now?
I'm assuming we're on a random road in the middle of nowhere by now.
Mm-hmm.
And whose round is it?
Frank Green's action for this round is actually just looking down at himself, looking at where you are. He's currently using his entire willpower to keep himself centered for this one turn.
You can talk somebody round, can't you? Out of
There are ways to give them re-rolls in their self-control, yes.
Okay. Right. I assume I don't need presence for this. Can I make a straight-up speech roll to try and... Because you can cajole somebody with social traits to try and get them to sort of focus or to calm down. I'm going to try and talk Frank Green down. I'm going to sort of, from the alley where I am. I don't know if I'm disembodied or if I break obfuscate. I'm going to say...
You'll break obfuscate, but...
Oh, you'll definitely break obfuscate, but it's not an alleyway. You have the bayou right behind you. You have the airport way far ahead of you. We're on a random stretch of road.
I'm just going to shout, you didn't kill her, Green. You didn't kill her. Get a hold of yourself. You can do it. No, like, don't listen to the beast. Listen to Frank. Listen to Frank. Focus on yourself.
Alright then.
Kill her, Green. Sorry, right. And I'm going to spend... Sorry. Yeah, I take it that's charisma empathy?
Yeah. Or charisma expression.
I know which one I have a high trait pool in. Also, Frank Green was under presence 1. Is that going to modify my roll at all?
Make it difficulty 5.
Cool,
yeah,
cool.
that sounds fair to me.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Very arousing speech. Frank Green, for his next action, will go ahead and spend another willpower, bury that beast as deep as he possibly can. Oh, for the love of crap. He's been his next turd. Fuck.
Well, you spend a willpower, so you still got 1 success, but still.
Yep. I'm actually burning willpower like it's nothing. I'm on 2 at the moment.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
He's just looking at the ghostly apparition of Elena that had appeared before him, and he says, Why did you do it? Why did you do something so stupid? Why?
Okay, I'm going to try and give him another blast of trying to make him quell that beast. Limey's going to try and talk him down because he thinks it's kind of working now. He's kind of, you can communicate with him. So I roll. Shit, one success.
You continue talking, you continue joling. Give us your speech.
Frank, don't listen to the beast. Look back inside yourself. There's still time. There's still time. She's not gone yet. We can save her. Like, oh, fuck, what was I going to say? That's it. Fuck, this isn't cajoling. This is out of character. Fuck, I'm so scared.
No, this is desperation that's naturally bleeding through.
He and just looks at him with an imploring stare, and he says, "Frank, please, don't give yourself over to the beast. We can still find her. I promise. She's alive. I promise, Frank."
Spending one more willpower. It's gonna leave me on 1. If I go down to 0, I'm a blubbering mess. Wait, hey! I think that final speech does it. With that final speech, you see the bloodshot eyes of Frank Green go ahead and start to retract to his normal glowing-eyed self. His fangs and his claws start to retract, becoming the Frank Green that you know. He's becoming a lot more coherent. He's simply standing up, looking at this ghostly Elena, and simply says, "Why aren't you answering your phone?" And
Wait, sorry. As soon as you're back in normal mode, I'm dropping the Elena. It was Limey the whole time. As soon as you regain control, it's like it was always Limey. It's all in your head.
Limey?
Frank.
Did I almost kill you?
He sort of pulls a cigarette out of his hatband and he says, "No, it's alright, it happens all the time." And he kind of pads back over to the car, kind of slouching with his hand in his pocket, and he says, "Are you back with us?"
Frank Green's gonna go ahead and turn around to the semi-wreck that is his particular vehicle. He notices for a fact that the passenger side door has been ripped off its hinges. Do we notice that Mr. Silas there? That is the question.
I'm gonna go with yes. Sitting down, he's on the shotgun seat, looking at you. Having trouble, Mr. Green?
My childe, Elena, is missing. I've lost control.
No. Come back in the car. We're going to go for a little bit more of a ride.
Frank Green is going to go ahead and pick up the passenger side door and go ahead and put it into the back seat of the Jeep. Goes ahead and walks around to the driver's side, actually, and just hops in.
Oh, Limey kind of catches him before he does, and he says, "Frank, wait a minute. Hold up."
He hands you the keys.
Hands me the keys.
Yeah.
He takes the keys, he says, "That's not what I mean," but he kind of flicks them into his hand. He says, "Listen, Frank, remember that night at the club where you and Elena came to visit me?
Mm-hmm.
After you left, she stuck around for a little while and we ended up having a chat. And she suggested And Limey kind of looks up into the sky in exasperation. He's like, why the fuck am I telling him this? And he sort of says, she said she was going to send some birds to scout out Staten. I thought she would have told you, and I'm sorry. I assumed she'd just carried on doing it anyway before you went away. And I suppose I thought she could handle it. So I'm sorry, Frank.
I didn't make. I didn't make time.
None of us did.
Berkreen goes ahead and climbs up the side of the Jeep, goes ahead and takes his seat in the back.
Limey steps into the front and starts the car up. I believe I have drive. Fucking hope I have drive. Because I thought I did.
If you don't have drive, we've got something planned for green drives.
Limey kind of takes the keys and he's like, alright, I'm not gonna lie. The only cars I've driven are the ones I've hot-wired. I've never necessarily been given any driving lessons.
Doesn't really
Right,
matter.
Mr. Green, I'm pretty sure you can handle it. We're going to be driving to the Verrazano Narrows Bridge. If you'd
What?
like to get on that. Oh, aren't you familiar with that bridge? Longest bridge in America. Very nice.
Frank Green goes ahead and
Links
takes the
Brooklyn
keys
to
from.
Staten Island.
Wait, it's the bridge that leads to Staten.
It links Brooklyn and Staten together. Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. Why the fuck not?
Gentlemen, I will take a moment with respect.
You have to come along with us, Limey, if you don't want to.
He kind of looks between you and then looks at Staten, you know, sort of in the direction of Staten, and he says, no, you're right. Why the fuck not?
Really interesting. Now, drive.
He goes ahead and does so.
Now, on the journey, it's going to be, I'm assuming, a little bit of a quiet one. You're just really going to have Mr. Silas talking to you. I honestly do know what you're going through, Mr. Green. I've been there a lot. You know how many children I've had over the years?
I don't understand.
Just answer the question.
I don't know, honestly. An elder like you, I assume tens.
Hundreds. But depends on your definitions of children, though. Those close to you, those that you help raise, make a little bit wiser, brace for the world. That type of thing. And every now and then you get these periods in your life and their lives where something else jumps in. Something else may be important, maybe meaningless, and you just get this period where you know you've lost control. And control is really what keeps us kindred together in the Camarilla. Control is what makes us different to them lot in this debate. They lose control, they give into their loss of control, and that's what makes them what they are. Now they know she was something special, because despite being your child, she was very much in control of herself. When you went missing the first time, She even had the near goal to be giving me orders. Oh, she wanted you back. She cared. She simply stated what she would do to try and find you, and then went off and did it. Didn't really give me even a moment's chance to say yes or no. Now you find yourself in the same position where you lost control, and you saw that you're riding the edge, and I can't have you keep on riding that edge because last time it went well. I was there, I helped things out a bit of a matter, but imagine if the coin landed the other direction, what would happen? I mean, we both like Limey. I mean, he's your friend, right?
Yes, I'm so sorry, Limey. I'm very, very sorry.
Don't mention it, Green. We're a good guy. But, Mr. Silas, what's your point?
My point is there's one thing that we all need to learn, and it doesn't matter how old or how powerful or what you think you are. There are going to be periods in your time where you're going to lose control. You're going to lose control of those with you. You're going to lose control potentially of yourself. You're going to lose control of your businesses, of your interests. And what matters is trying to get it back. So I thought we would try a little bit of a thought experiment. You see, this is London Bridge in America. Absolutely fantastic. Took years to make. Lots of workers, huge amounts of money. Went over budget by I don't even know how much. I wasn't even able to keep track. One of the unfortunate things about this bridge is, well, being so long, a lot of people have a habit of driving off into those side bits over there, which just aren't quite thick enough to be able to keep a car from falling off the edge and plunging into the sea beneath it. That's a little bit of a risk everyone has when coming across here. But I thought I'll give Green this opportunity. Here we are, potentially going all the way to Staten Island, potentially going to go and turn around and drive all the way back. Maybe you do something, maybe you won't, or maybe on the trip there, which is the one that really matters, Mr. Green can simply let go of the driving wheel and we all plunge into the sea beneath. And if he wanted to, he could just sink down with the car and we would never have to see him again. Or he would swim up alongside with us, and we can make our way back to Manhattan and start getting the real matters sorted out. It'll be that little moment in his life where he would know that beyond any doubt that he was the one making that decision, that he could quite easily walk away and not have to worry about this city, myself, you, or anything else ever again. Or you could come back with us. And it will be him and no one else, no other responsibility. He'll be at that lovely but place where he's completely divorced from the world.
From a panoramic perspective, eagle-eye view, let's just say, a seagull flock goes ahead and looks over this longest bridge in America that spans the Brooklyn and Staten Island boroughs, and they just go ahead and see this very, very interesting contraption. It seems like it's a machine that's open to the world, and they see the three occupants inside. They see whoever in the world currently holds that steering column go ahead and make a hard turn into the rails of that bridge. There is a crash, there is a break, there is all manner of commotion from those seagulls' point of view, but they simply go ahead and fly on as the Jeep splashes, sinks,
It's a long way down.
As the
Insane?
car goes up- oh, please.
Hmm?
Oh, look, Frank was about to.
Insane?
Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Limey, press the end and see button.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good evening, good night. See you again sometime.